Hi, this is Jared from Motion Sound Studios here in Los Angeles, California. Today I'm going to talk to you about when you should cue a song in dubstep. And now, by cue a song, you could mean a couple things. As a DJ, cueing the song is possibly when the song comes in, but what I think we should talk about in this case is how to cue certain parts of the dubstep song. And in dubstep, there's one cue that's the fundamental basic reason for having dubstep. It's all about the drop. And you've heard this before. Dubstep is basically just one big build-up to a giant drop. And every really big dubstep song does this. It has 1 to 3 to 10 minutes of tension and build-up, and then it relieves all that tension with one big drop. So I'm going to teach you some of the techniques of how to get a really good build-up and a really powerful drop. And that's what cueing dubstep is really all about. So the first thing you want to do is understand your full song as a whole. You don't want to have a part that starts to get really big and bassy and then it cuts out again and loses tension. You really want it to be one flow, like climbing an escalator the whole time of the song. It shouldn't drop back down and then come back up and then drop back down and come back up. It should really be a steady rising and then a cutout and then bam, the drop comes in. And that's how dubstep is. That's what it's known for. And if you want to vary off and do some other things, go for it, but this is what most dubstep songs do with their cue. When you're getting ready for this build-up, there's certain techniques that are used. I'm going to go through a couple of them. The main thing is you want to make sure there's not heavy bass in your build-up. You save the heavy bass for the drop because that's what really gives the pound. That's what hits people's face and what gives them that full body rush of the drop and catches them off guard. So you want to save your heavy bass for later on. Use a lot of treble and basic percussion, and that's what most people do. Do a steady beat that slowly gets faster and faster, and then you want to use rising synth sounds. So you don't want to use sounds that are going when you're getting ready for a build-up. You want to do the opposite. Things should be moving upwards. And this stuff can be done slowly over time. The notes should be getting higher, slowly rising like a siren. The beats can slowly get faster, and a lot of times dubstep will use where it starts with a half note, then a quarter note, then an eighth note, and slowly get faster. You've heard that before, like doom, 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 stuff like that. And that's really effective because it builds that tension, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the tension. So before we get into building that tension and then the drop, there's one more so important part of dubstep, and that's the moment of silence. And without the moment of silence, dubstep wouldn't be what it is. It would be like any other genre, but the moment of silence it defines dubstep. You build up that drop, and then you cut everything out, and you leave the whole club silent. And you might put a sample in there really quickly, some dark sample from a movie or from another song or something, but you really leave that silence, maybe some wind blowing, 2 seconds, and then blah, 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 blah. That's when the bass comes in. Save that heavy bass for that drop, and then your song will be cued just like a dubstep song in a club, and it'll get your audience pumped and dancing, and that's what we're looking for. This has been Jared with Motion Sound Studios, and today I taught you about how to cue a song in dubstep.